If gravity has its own particle, the graviton, could we just make some and then turn gravity on and off? These are the 12 steps towards creating artificial gravity, and this is number 4, gravitons. In physics, every fundamental force has a carrier particle. So photons carry electromagnetism, gluons hold atomic nuclei together through the strong force, W and Z bosons run the weak force that powers radioactive decay. So if gravity fits the same pattern, its carrier should be the graviton. It would be a particle that passes the effect of gravity from one mass to another. Now, it's a kind of an interesting idea because it means we could talk about gravity in the same quantum language as the other forces. The problem is that we've never seen one, and we probably never will. You see, gravity is unbelievably weak. It's about a trillion times weaker than electromagnetism. And that means that a single graviton would barely interact with anything at all. Even detecting gravitational waves, which are enormous ripples in space-time caused by extreme events like colliding black holes, detecting these takes huge observatories like LIGO and Virgo, using laser beams that are acting over kilometers to spot teeny tiny distortions that are smaller than a proton. If gravitons exist, each of these waves would contain something insane, like 10 by 60 zeros. No experiment could ever pick out just one individual graviton. Now, the physicist Freeman Dyson proved that any detector sensitive enough to see a single graviton would collapse under its own gravity before it ever worked. The universe simply won't let us do that experiment. And even if we could somehow detect gravitons, they wouldn't help us build gravity. Because gravitons don't cause gravity. They're just how gravity would show up if space-time itself were quantized. Each graviton would represent an unimaginably tiny bit of curvature, but you still need to apply energy to it to create that curvature. So to manipulate gravitons to simulate the gravity we feel on Earth, you'd still need the same amount of mass energy that curves space around Earth. So even with gravitons, there's no switch for gravity. We're going to need another way. But that's for the next episode. Stay nerdy.